SportsBeat is powered by KSLSports.com.
Thanks for staying up with us. Jeremiah Jensen, Sam Farnsworth with you for the next 45 minutes. We'll break down the Utes' big win in Seattle. They move up in the polls.
And what's the difference about BYU these last couple of games? Stevenson, Sylvester, and David Nixon, they'll be in-house to break down the Utes and the Cougars wins.
But we also NFL highlights, including a Jamal Williams touchdown. We got a lot of football. But we also have some NBA basketball, including the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, last Wednesday the Jazz took on the Clippers over at VSA. Mike Conley, he got red hot, and the Jazz got a big win. But there was no Kawhi Leonard in that game. Tonight, the rematch, and this time with Kawhi on the floor.
Yeah, a big test for the Jazz this early in the season. They could not have asked for a better start, though. It was Bojan Bogdanovic that came out on fire in the first quarter. He made the first 3 shots of the game, capped off by this 3. And the Jazz jumped out to an 8-0 lead. Then Donovan got going. His 3 put the Jazz up 11-2. They led 20-16 after the first quarter.
Second quarters, Clippers went on a 22 run to take a 12-point lead, but then the Jazz went on a run of their own. Mitchell, another 3-pointer. It's going to be followed up with another Bojan Bogdanovic 3. You can't leave him open on the wing. He'll knock that one down. Jazz down 6. Then Rudy Gobert gets one inside. He's going to throw down. It's 39-34 Clips, but the Jazz keep rolling. Joe Ingles drops a 3 to tie the game up at 39. And with 26 seconds left in the half, Donovan Mitchell with the right hand rolls it home. A 17-3 run to close the half with the lead.
Let's go to the third quarter where Kawhi Leonard shows what makes him such a special player. His strength. As good a defender as he is a scorer, muscles his way to a steal and slam. Kawhi had 30 on the night, but Donovan kept pace.
On a lob, Donovan, showtime! Showtime it in L.A.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Donovan flying high. The Jazz win the third quarter. A little help from Joe Ingles. Ingles dials up a 3. Some big buckets off the bench. Tony Bradley also taking advantage of playing time with the injury to Ed Davis. 8 points, 5 boards. That tip-in gave the Jazz a 10-point lead. Joe Ingles had 9 points, 5 boards, 2 assists off the bench. Jazz led 69-65 after 3.
Oh, but the fourth quarter, he only made about 30% of his shots and was 0 for 5 from 3, but he gets hot here. Kawhi Leonard does a 3 for the 1-point lead. And they couldn't clean up the offensive glass either. Look at this. JaMychal Green gets in easily, puts it back, and the Clippers have a 3-point lead. You mentioned Kawhi's 30 points. 18 of them came in this fourth quarter. He was dropping those shots, and the Clippers finished with 18 offensive rebounds in the game. That was the real difference in a 105-94 loss. Too many second chances for the Clips.
I like Donovan's aggressiveness. But, we don't want to waste that because we can't get defensive rebounds. So, and that's 1 through 5. That's collectively we got to rebound the ball.
With all due respect, he hits shots, but, the shots that he missed, we get those rebounds and we run. I think Trez had 2 or 3 tip-ins. Patty Bev gets a loose ball. Those are 4 extra possessions right there. We can close that gap if we get those rebounds. He's going to hit shots. He's Finals MVP for a reason, but we got to be able to capitalize when he doesn't, and we didn't.
36 for Donovan tonight, but it wasn't enough. All right, Jazz fans, it's fun to watch the Rockets get destroyed. The Miami Heat did just that on Sunday. The Heat outscored the Rockets 46-14 in the first quarter. That's right, I did not misspeak. 46-14, a Heat franchise record. The Heat led 56-18 at one point. The Rockets shot 29% from 3. Russell Westbrook didn't miss there, though. It didn't matter, though. The Rockets get crushed by 29.
Lakers and Spurs both had 4-1 records going into the night. They went head-to-head, and Anthony Davis and LeBron James were a two-headed machine in this one. AD had a game-high 25 points to go with 11 boards. LeBron missed all 6 of his threes, still had the triple-double, 21 points, 13 assists, 11 rebounds. Lakers are tops in the West right now with that 103-96 win.
Next, we turn our attention from the NFL to college football.
Big wins for the Utes and Cougars.
Intercepted by Jalen Johnson. 25-20, 15, 10-5. That's a touchdown.
One of the biggest conference wins for the Utes since joining the Pac-12. What was the key to victory over the Huskies? How far did they move up in the polls?
Hippo motions, fly sweep, takes the handoff, 10-5, into the end zone he goes! Aleva Hippo scores on fly sweep, and the Cougars open on top.
And BYU's big win over the Aggies. We'll break it down next.
SportsBeat is powered by KSLSports.com.
Welcome back to SportsBeat. Still have a lot more coming your way. You know, on Tuesday, the first college football playoff rankings of the season will be released. That will give us an idea of what the selection committee thinks of the Utes' 7-1 start to the season. For now, though, we'll continue to go off the AP and coaches polls, which the Utes, they're moving up in both of those polls after yesterday's win at Washington. They're 9th in the coaches poll, and here's the AP poll. The Utes jump 1 spot to number 8 in the nation. Oregon still 1 spot ahead of Utah. LSU, Bama, Ohio State, and Clemson. Those are your top 4 teams, all of them receiving multiple first-place votes.
Utah fans, good afternoon and welcome at Husky Stadium today for a gigantic Pac-12 matchup between the University of Utah and the Washington Huskies. 3 wide receivers in the look. Here comes Pacelli across the formation. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down. Great read on the play. Eason to pass, pumps once, fires inside, caught, touchdown. Defensive back Josh Nurse fell down. Lots of time, surveys the field, nothing there. He's going to scramble to the outside, and Eason will be dropped. Ball comes out, who's got it? It's Utah football. Good snap, good hold, the kick is away, it's up, and it is good. On first down, he play action, throws it down the field. He's got Bryant wide open, and he walks into the end zone, touchdown. Zach busting to the outside. He's got the 25-30. Zach has first down yardage to the 40. Big boy football now.
And ultimately, they lean on the man. They lean on their senior, Zach Moss, to finish it off.
Moss to the 5, to the 4, to the 3, to the pylon. Touchdown! Touchdown, Zach Moss! That was all Zach Moss for the last 3 yards. And pressure coming, throws it, and it's dropped! Incomplete! Good snap, kick is away, it's up, it's end over end, and it is good. At Husky Stadium with the score, 14-13. Throwing, intercepted, picked off!
Lowering the shoulder and getting 7 or 8.
I mean, that is a bowling ball at 225.
Huntley taking a shot long, he's got a man open, Thompson caught! Turn and a give to Jordan Wilmore, fumbles the football! He gave it up at the 25, and wide open Hunter Bryant, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. It's coming, they throw the flanker screen out, it's caught by Vickers, 45 to the 50, fumbles the football! And it's recovered by Washington at their own 42-yard line. Pressure coming off the edge.
Eason throws an interception.
Intercepted by Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson.
10-5. That's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Utah. And just like that, the Utes within 2 late in the 3rd quarter. What great poise from the senior quarterback with the pressure coming.
That is such good stuff.
Tyler rolls, Tyler looks, Tyler running to the pylon, touchdown! Touchdown, Tyler Huntley! Turn and a give again to Zach Moss, Zach to the end zone, touchdown! The Huskies have been lost!
Jacob Eason in trouble and sacked. Bradley Anai, the 25th of his wonderful Utah career.
That's going to do it here today at Husky Stadium.
Utah 33, Washington 28.
The thing was just a gut check. It was a gut check for our guys. They hung in there, never quit, kept fighting, and found a way to win. And couldn't be more proud of a group of players.
All right, Coach Witt said this win ranks right up there with some of the great wins he's had at the U. So let's bring in David Nixon, Stevenson Sylvester, and dive right into this win over Washington. Now, early on, bit of a struggle, especially trying to stop the Washington's pass game.
Yeah, Jacob Eason got off to a hot start, found themselves up 14-3. Utah trying to search and find their identity. Finally came along, but really Jacob Eason, like I said, off to a hot start.
Yeah, you're 6'6", 230 pounds, and you have a strong arm. You don't want to just sit back in the pocket and play a backyard football. And that's exactly what he did here in the first quarter. He had this amazing cup where he could just deliver the ball. There, a long 3rd and 17 conversion where he made it. But later on in that second half, we had something at halftime that got into these guys because they started to get pressure. Here you see Pennicini getting right up the middle, and then on the very next play, you see him get off his mark with pressure here and gets the pick to Jalen Johnson. So that defense had something going on at halftime that turned them out, and they started to bring pressure.
That's the beauty about pressure. Pressure makes the quarterback right there, uneasy feet. He's on his back foot, throws it. We got a guy like Jalen Johnson, the type of ability he has. When he's out in the open, he's going to come with big interceptions. And this was a big game changer for Utah. So we talk about the secondary. Jalen Johnson, obviously fantastic, but also this defensive line deserves some credit. Bradley Anai coming off the edge, he's tough to stop.
Yeah, he is a beast. And all you young defensive linemen out here, this is what you want to do. You get upfield, as Bradley Anai does here, but once you get upfield, don't keep going upfield. Bradley Anai cuts Eason's escape out of the pocket off and then just makes an amazing play right here, and Eason has nowhere to go.
Well, I like the way he uses his hands as well, right, on that offensive tackle. Wax on, wax off. We say you come in and get the hands going. Fantastic job giving the hands, comes out with a big sack. So defensive, they held their own. But let's talk about the offensive side of the ball. Tyler Huntley, this guy's the ultimate game manager. No interceptions, 19 of 24 for 284 yards. Fantastic outing by him. And just throughout the afternoon, picking apart this Washington defense.
Yeah, Huntley played amazing. And in that second half, you really saw his touch passing. So he's just a complete quarterback right now. One of the best quarterbacks in the Pac-12 and in the nation at 80% in this game. But look at the ball. He puts it in a tight coverage, a tight window right there. Only Jalen Dixon can get it. He did an amazing job that whole second half.
And that was a 3rd and 12 situation. I feel like in that fourth quarter, 3rd down for 3rd down and long, he was picking apart the Washington defense. But also he picked him apart with his legs as well. And this is a guy who obviously is a little bit hobbled, but he still finds a way to get in the end zone.
Look, this guy is a warrior. He did an amazing job yesterday. He got into the end zone no matter what, whether he was giving the ball to Zach Moss or delivering it on a passing touchdown to Zach Moss. But here he used his legs and showing what he can do in multiple sites, even with a bum leg, as you can see here. I would want to follow this guy. He is definitely somebody to lead this team, and why he's a captain on this team. He's a straight warrior.
I was going to say, you see the C on his chest. I mean, there's a reason why the guys rally around a guy like this who is hobbled. The guys step up. They try to play for him. So, listen, Utah is rolling all cylinders right now. It's actually pretty fun to watch them. I don't see anybody getting in their way. You got, Pac-12 championship game coming up. I tell you what, it's exciting to see what's going to happen the rest of the season.
Yeah, it just sucks for Utes fans. We got a bye week, so we don't get any Utah football.
Get some rest, though. Tyler Huntley, get the leg going. Got some other guys banged up. Get some rest.
Yeah, Coach Witt did call Huntley the leader of that team and one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Converted 5 3rd downs late in the game, big time. All right, you guys will be back with Jeremiah in a little bit. JJ.
All right, now moving on. Utah State won the last 2 rivalry games against BYU, 40-24. And 45-20. So the Cougars had a score to settle in the latest battle for the old wagon wheel. And this time the Cougars dominated in a 42-14 victory.
BYU's long scoring drive this year, 80 yards. They're 90 yards away. Hall lofts it down the far sideline, and Talon Shumway makes a great one-handed grab. Hifo motions, fly sweep, takes the handoff. 10, 5, into the end zone he goes! 11 Hifo scores on fly sweep, and the Cougars open on top. Hall takes his drop, settles, fires, goes deep for Milne. It is caught! Oh, what a grab! Spectacular catch! It'll be inside the 10, 1st down and goal. Back in the gun, handoff is Supa. Emmanuel has the ball knocked loose, and the Aggies recover. Utah State football.
Sideline ball. Got it, touchdown. Mariner high points it.
Little play fake. Looks deep. Fires, intercepted. Cubby Kapanua picks it off. 30, 25, 20-yard line. Option look. Keeper Jaron. 10, 5, touchdown Cougars! Jaron Hall scores, and the Cougars retake the lead. Snap Love on a 3-step. A step up pressure. Oh, he's going down. He is rocked in the backfield. There are sacks, and then you get leveled by Atunai Samaje taking it to the next level. Jordan Love in a pocket. throws picked off again. The Cougars have another one. It is Peyton Wilgar. Wilgar to the far sideline.
Turnovers, bad tackling. You know, we got to finish drives and we can't turn it over.
Hall claps the hands, takes a drop, takes off on the quarterback draw, navigates his way into the end zone.
Pressure coming, screen there for Bright, and Bright turns it upfield. Gerald Bright with a big hitter for Utah State, and they needed it badly. 34 yards. Bright leaning. This time he's in. Gerald Bright, touchdown.
Wide receiver screen near side, complete to Simon. Simon to the 10, to the 5. Does he get it? He dives for the pylon. Where's the signal? No, it comes late. He scored. He scored.
We were able to, I think we were able to do whatever we wanted offensively.
He will, under center. Wide receiver, bubble screen inside for a touchdown! It's the Brother Act! Baylor to Gunner for the score! And the Cougars go up 34-14 with the PAT pending.
Last week we had the last game we had first brother interception, and we'll just keep recruiting more brothers and see what happens.
Toa left hip. Pressure, screen. Well done. Lopini complete. Blocked to the outside. Lopini 35-40. Lopini's at midfield. Tracked out from behind. Runs through a tackle. Stiff arm. Down he goes to the 20, to the 15, 10, 5. Oh!
Good execution, good play calling, and it was there, so we kept running it and just ran behind the big boys who got out in front of me.
Romney in the gun with Katoa to his left. The give to Lopini, and Lopini gets into the end zone. The Cougars are running away from it here in Logan. BYU wins it 42-14 here at Maverick Stadium. And the fans you hear are in BYU blue on this night.
A lot of guys haven't beaten Utah State. We're really young, and really just the older guys. We beat them in 2016. And I was a redshirt then, so to come out with the win is just awesome. A lot of guys are really excited about it. And, it was just fun to get the win.
So BYU taking out 2 years of frustration on the Aggies. What a beatdown in Logan. And you look at the last 2 games, BYU playing great, and I think you got to start with quarterback play as being the key.
Yeah, no question. Both Jaron Hall and Romney are playing amazing, but this offensive play calling is great. That screen game was really working at the beginning.
I tell you what, this is a wrinkle that BYU really hasn't shown this year was the screen game. Lupini Katoa, fantastic job of selling the screen. The BYU offensive line is a jailbreak. They're getting downfield. You've got the Utah State defenders on their heels.
Watch out, ref.
You even got the ref tripping over people. Katoa had over 120 yards receiving in the game on 4 catches, all because of the screen game. BYU set it up all afternoon. Like I said, ref, you got to cover yourself up. But Katoa, it was mostly set up by Katoa in the offensive line. Great job of getting downfield and selling it. And like I said, this is a wrinkle the BYU really hadn't shown weeks prior.
Right. Jaron Hall really orchestrated that offense in the first half, but came at a price.
Yeah, at the end of the second half, Jaron, with his second rushing touchdown here, does a great job of selling. It's going to be a quarterback draw all the way. And you've got Utah State who's going to flow here to his right. He cuts it back, but right here at the very end, you're going to see it on this next angle, he gets hit in the head. And if BYU fans recall, 3 weeks ago against USF, he also had a concussion, so you're more prone to getting a concussion. And right here, helmet to helmet. And you didn't really know because he got up and went in and went to the sideline, but also he went to the locker room and didn't come out. And so next, second half, you come out, and now it's the Baylor Romney show.
Yeah, and Baylor Romney picked up right where he left off. It was a great job here with a touchdown to his brother.
Baylor had a great game against Boise State, comes in the second half, and like you said, didn't miss a beat. And look at this play here. This is what I'm impressed with. This is a third-string quarterback comes in the game. He's going to audible. He sees he's got man-to-man coverage on the outside. He comes down, gets under center. He motions his brother, Gunnar Romney, and he delivers a little bubble screen to him here for a touchdown. And that was an audible. You saw him start back, counted them in. He's got 3 man-on-man, 3 outside, walked under center, and delivers a great ball for a touchdown. And what I like about this offense as well, this play calling, this is very easy, simple pass, simple catch. Not a lot of complication to it. You read the guys, you go out there and execute. Great job by Baylor, because in that second half, he took over. And he was almost just as flawless as Jaron was in the first half.
Yeah, no question. But That was a complete team performance. And that defense, 5 turnovers last night.
Yeah, it was fun to watch this defense fly around. The first half, they did a lot of the, rush 3, drop 8, resulted in some interceptions. Second half, they decided to switch it up. And this play in particular, this is towards the end of the game here, but BYU's going to have 3 down linemen. So they're showing the same look, but they're going to bail the 3 linemen, and they're actually going to rush the 4 backers and safety here off the edge. And in doing so, it completely confuses Utah State's offensive line. And you're going to come up with a huge strip sack for a fumble. Isaiah Kafusi recovers. That was caused by Austin Kafensis. And this BYU defense was flying around. And specifically in that second half, it was fun to watch them come up with big plays. And they were getting hyped, right? I mean, when you cause 5 turnovers, they had a huge 4th down stop on the goal line. These guys were, it was like you said, it was a team performance by everybody. But defensively, it was nice to see them rise to the occasion, shut out Utah State in the second half.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Yeah, had a great job against Mountain West Conference opponents.
2-0. 2-0. If they beat San Diego State in a year, they're Mountain West Conference champions. Mark it down.
You don't even have to join the conference to be a champ, right?
Mark, give him the trophy.
All kidding aside, they can finish strong now. And these are 2 games, Boise State, Utah State. We didn't know if they could win for a little while. They get these big, strong wins. The key now is to play strong against some of the soft part of the schedule they got coming up.
They've got to come out. They've got to execute against your Liberties and Idaho States and UMass of the world, and hopefully be on a roll when they head to San Diego State for the last game of the year, and then, of course, hopefully the bowl game. So they still can go out there and get a 9-win season, which would be big for this team, especially with where they were looking at just a few weeks ago.
Absolutely. A 9-win season for BYU would be tremendous, but they still have some work to do.
Big win for the Cougs. Big win for the Utes. But don't sleep on Weber State this year, my friends. The number 3 ranked team in the country was on the road against 6th ranked Sac State, and it wasn't even close. Josh Davis ran wild. 177 yards and a touchdown. Jake Constantine, he threw for a pair of touchdowns, and Jacoby Harris picked off 2 passes in Weber's 36-17 win. The win put the Wildcats in sole possession of first place in the Big Sky standings.
Weber State, great, great, great. All right, it's also always fun to turn back the clock. This week in the archive, we go back to November 3rd, 1989.
What do we have here? Well, it was the Jazz season opener. They hosted the Nuggets at the old Salt Palace.
I can't believe it's been 30 years. This game featured one of Karl Malone's best in-game dunks. Poor Tim Kempton didn't see it coming. The mailman delivered 40 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. He was 18 of 25 from the field. John Stockton had 23 points, 19 assists, and 3 steals. Big T, Thurl Bailey, 23 points off the bench. Mark Eaton, 4 blocks. The Jazz rolled to a 122-113 win. All right, up next, one of the best Hail Marys you'll ever see in a college football game.
As good as the play was, the radio call, even better than that. But first, we look back at the latest round of the high school football playoffs, the best plays from 32 games. The Game Night Live highlight reel is next.
32 high school football playoff games Friday. We had highlights of all 32 on Game Night Live. You can watch it on KSLSports.com, the KSL TV app, the KSL Facebook page, or the KSL Sports YouTube channel.
Yeah, once again, we took the best of the week that was. We put it all together for your viewing pleasure. It's the playoff edition of the Game Night Live highlight reel.
State clips of the week.
Dixie State had one of the best plays in college football this season. Don't believe me? Watch this. Cajun Smith Bregrevitz saves the ball into the field of play for J.T. Anderson, who completes the interception, and the Trailblazers get a win as well.
Awesome. Well, Ethan Bolingbroke from SUU, the Superman catch. He has powers. Nice.
Best heroes don't wear capes. Who doesn't love a great Hail Mary? Dartmouth beat Harvard with this. Not sure what's better, the play or the call.
To his right. He's got to get rid of it, and he's going to keep it going. Now he's going to throw it deep, and he heaves it down the field. Jump ball, deflected. Good! Good! Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown, Dartmouth! Touchdown! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! I don't believe it! Dartmouth wins it on a Hail Mary!
Dartmouth moved to 7-0 with the win. All right, this kid got hit so hard, it looks fake. Oh, where'd he go? That's out of Hebron High School in the North Carolina. I hope he's okay.
I don't.
All right, BYU brought the wagon wheel back to Provo. They also took it back to the locker room to celebrate. It just so happens that the visiting locker room is right below the Aggies post-game press conference.
Today, to be able to be successful offensively, we have to be able to finish drives. Good? Okay, thanks guys, go Aggies.
Awkward.
Tough one. Tough one for the Aggies. Tough loss.
Jeez.
Oh, man. Reminds me of Super Bowl 48, or 50, Super Bowl 50, Cam Newton.
Ouch, all right. Memphis pull off the big win over SMU. This play is nuts.
He's electric. Down the sidelines. Can they catch him? Gibson's gone again. Come on.
Okay, he's dragging the defender, somehow breaks the tackle, and then he's going to find the sideline. That was a fun game.
Fun stuff happens.
Memphis and SMU are pretty darn good. All right. So Jazz host the Philadelphia 76ers on Wednesday.
And then more state playoff football coming up Friday.
Busy
Quarterfinals.
week. Can't wait till next Sunday to show you how it all goes.
Yep.